Okay, we're going to spend a few minutes now just doing a little bit of sand art, showing you what we do, little tips, little techniques that we use with the children, just to keep it all nice and calm. Okay?
Right.
Right, I've got this picture here, which is a cool dude. Tends to be very good, this one, for older boys, perhaps kind of like 12, 13 years old plus. Alison's got a nice simple little froggy character who tends to be very popular with the preschoolers and when they do it with their mums as well.
Yeah.
So, right, okay.
Okay, so with the small one, it's very simply just get one of the little plastic sticks, go into the corner of the inside the black line and just peel off the actual sticker, and in behind the part you peel off, it's very, very sticky. What we always say to the children very, very simply is to get them to hold it down into the bowl. So if they're very young ones, get the mums to do this for them so they don't want to spoon the sand into different colours. So what to say to them is, you just hold it right into the bowl and then you spoon the sand all over the bit you just peeled off, and it covers it, and the rest of the sand goes straight back into the same bowl, and then just give it a little tap off at the end, and that's it, ready. It's that simple. So it's really good fun. So again, just straight into the corner with a little stick, peel off the yellow paper, and in behind it sticky, hold it down into the bowl, and then just spoon the sand all over it. You'll notice that your own sand doesn't stick to the brown sand afterwards. It's very, very easy. Once you cover it, it stays that colour. As I say, it's very, and watch just how much fun it is. Just peel it off, and you go to your next colour, and you just spoon on the sand like so, and there you are. And that's the umbrella, and you'll see some really quite fun cards. Some of the kids do some amazing cards. Some will absolutely wow you. You'll go, my goodness, where did you get the idea to do that? And they can surprise you. And other ones you'll see where they've taken the whole thing just about virtually off and made it their own one colour. But you know, at the end of the day, it's their masterpiece, and how they want to finish it is entirely up to them. And you will get the mums putting their pennies worth in to say, well, wouldn't you rather do it that colour? And of course, when you do that, the mums then get hooked, and they normally stay whilst the child's doing the picture. Some of the other little tricks they can do as well is you can actually write into the darker coloured sand, because the background is white, the darker is better. So you can write in there, to mum, with a little stick, and put kiss kiss. So it can be a Mother's Day present, could be to granny. Occasionally the kids write it to dad, but they can do that very simple. But the thing about it is, if they make a mistake, because we actually manufacture these cards with a very, very, very good quality glue, the children, if they make a mistake, normally when you put sand in anything, nothing will ever stick to it again. But because this glue is very, very special, all you do is just hold it back into the same colour that you scraped the name into, of bowl of sand, and then just spoon it back all over it again, and presto, it covers it up again, so that the kids, if they do make a mistake, it can be very easily sorted.
One of the little techniques that we tend to use whilst we're out and about is very simple, a bin at the end of each table. If we used in here the wee portable kind of pop-up bins, which are really good, because if they fall over, if they get blown over, the paper doesn't tend to fall out. So we just stick that at the ends of the tables, make sure you've got one at each end so they're always within reach for the children, and then that way the children will pop the wee bits of yellow paper in the bin rather than on the floor.
But not every child does that. No, you do get them. So usually what I say to them is, I don't want to see any bits of paper inside these bowls, put them in the bin. And that usually lasts for about 10 seconds, and then they forget all about it, because their concentration totally becomes on the picture. So they tend to just peel it off and leave it on the table. So your job whilst you're standing there is just to pick up bits of paper and put it in the bin for them.
One of the number one tips that we always give to people that are doing stand up with children is to encourage the children to move around the table and to stand in front of the colour that they're using, rather than reaching over and stretching over the table. This is particularly important if you've got younger children, and if you've got quite a few children. We've actually had, I think the record number is 28 children simultaneously making sand art pictures around the tables, complete with their mums and dads and grannies and papas. And so with that many people, it can all get kind of quite complicated with crossover arms and stretching and things like that. So if you encourage the children to move around, it keeps the mess down to a minimum, and it also keeps a nice kind of flow going, which keeps the children happy.
I think my picture's better than yours.
Mine's better.
It does that. What happens as well is you do get encourage the mums, because we did a huge event at the weekend there at the castle, the thing that we encouraged a lot of was that the mums get involved and the dads get involved as well, so they tend to help the smaller children. It's a great way of bonding, but not only that, they go around and take it home and they hang it on the fridge, or they might even put it on their bedroom wall, so that they can show all of their friends. And of course that kind of thing normally brings back business to you as well, so you might get a booking for a party because one of the other mums has seen it in the kid's bedroom, or the kid's gone home and said, "Mum, I want one of these parties," and they'll badger them until they actually book you. So just keep going with the picture until the entire thing's coloured in. On the do the inside first of the actual characters. So like Sandart's got there, she's got the cool dude. The last thing to do when you've done that is to ask the children, do they want to actually do the outside part? Because believe me, some don't. So don't assume they will. So ask them to do. If they do want it done, simply then what you do is you just go from the inside. Never try and take the actual outside part off from the very edge of the outside of the card, because it sometimes goes below the glue. What to do is just go from the inside somewhere and then start to peel it off like so, and you'll see that it just starts to come off very, very simply. And it transforms the picture and makes it a lot brighter as well. So you can see there, that's how simple it is to peel it off. Just pull your bits of paper in there. There we go. And you can see the whole thing's just off there. Again, sometimes you might have some of them bits in the middle that you might have to remove. But I could do this the whole day long. I've been doing this for 2 years, and whenever the new designs of cards comes in, because we try and change them as often as we can, I'd like to do them myself, and my excuse is because it's new, I need to do it, so I go out. So I quite like this in white, so you just go and get the white there and cover it up. When you're using it with the white with the children, obviously because the white background is white, is to do one half and do the next half there after. Is to get them to make sure that they definitely cover it well, because if they do miss a little bit of the white around the background there, it'll when you put the next colour in to colour in the rest of the frog, it will show that bit of a different colour.
When we have lots of different pictures, we have around about 40 pictures at any particular time in stock, and what we suggest is that you have a range of different pictures. The picture that Alistair's got there, the wee frog, you can see that it hasn't got too many pieces, and each of those pieces are quite large and quite simple shaped. The picture that I've got here has got some quite finicky little pieces, like this one here, small bits, little tiny details, odd shapes, things like that. And this is what makes the pictures more suitable for the older children. What we recommend that you do is you always have a mixture of simple designs and old designs when you're going to a public event, because you never really know who it is that you're going to be going to. If you've got a birthday party for preschoolers, make sure that you've got a good selection of the simpler cards. And if you are, taking somewhere where you've got a lot of older children, again, nice big complicated cards. Some of the cards that we've got will take upwards of kind of 30 to 40 minutes for children to colour in. With pictures like that, you need to be aware of the time that it takes. If you're in a public situation, check with the parents that they're happy for their children to be involved for that long. Places like shopping centres, parents tend to get a wee bit impatient if they're waiting too long for the children. How it tends to work very well is you simply suggest to the parent they might want to go and have a cup of coffee somewhere very close by, and they get to enjoy a little bit of peace and quiet whilst their children are busy and happy making sand art. If you have a kind of a choice of way of setting up, we would always recommend that you set up as close to possible as to somewhere that has got seats, and also kind of the food and beverage output nearby. That really does kind of help everybody have a really good time.
Does the mum and dad sit and have a peaceful cup of coffee and a nice piece of cake whilst their children are being entertained. The thing about Sandart as well is it's not like a bouncy castle or a trampoline or anything like that. It's all about the experience of calm, relaxing, making a picture from nothing. So when the children have finished it, they're very, very happy and content and excited to show you, and not sweaty and out of puff. So this is why we find it's so popular. We're getting to the stage now that a lot of big organisations are actually booking us to go along to their events, and they are paying us to do it for free. And that alone just tells you how powerful it can be. And of course the feedback they get, and you'll get as well from your customers, will be good.
Okay. Now, me and Alistair have done thousands of these pictures, but you can see that even though we've done as many as we've done, we know which to do and how to do it, and all those kind of bits and pieces, all the little tips and techniques. It's still taken us a good 10, 15, 20 minutes to do these pictures. When the pictures, the background's peeled off, Alistair with that one just peeled it off, had one go. Different children do different things. One of the things that some of the older children will do is a bit of blending. They'll mix and match all the colours up.
And you have to go around them. Make sure you tell the kids to come round to the colour they're using and
not
don't
to
do
what I'm doing. So you don't have to. You can be as creative as you like, and that's what you tend to see is that the children will lead it. The children will do what they want to do. Right. So I'll just finish my one off. I'll show you what he does when they're all finished.
So that's my beautiful picture. Probably another one of my masterpieces that'll be hanging up in my bedroom wall tonight. It seems that our walls are plastered in these things, and our children still enjoy the fact that they've been doing it for over 2 years now. What you do when it's finished like that is just get one of the small sleeves, just pop it in simply, and then what happens is you want to peel off the little grey piece of covering the sticky area. Just peel it off, and then fold it back at the back of the picture. If your picture happens to be at the front when you fold it over, you need to swap it over again. So just fold it over, that simply.
You forgot something.
Right.
What you should do
Alright.
is pop your picture into the sleeve like that, nice and easy. Flyer, very important piece of marketing information. Pop a flyer in the back, and then that way, wherever they are, wherever they go, wherever they take this and whoever they give it to, your contact details are going off and are reaching your customers.
And the reason why I didn't put the flyer in is because I wanted to show you the flyer. The flyers are great wee marketing tools. You can go out there and give them to anyone. If a mum puts them in a handbag or a dad puts them in his back pocket, they're very, very easy to find. Again, leave them somewhere, places like dentists, hairdressers, anywhere people have to sit and wait to be served. In bakeries, etc., you can always go in there and buy an occasional cake and ask if you can put a few on the counter. But these are marvellous little tools, and it tells you exactly how Sandart works. And when you buy these, you can buy them in 5,000 at a time. They have your name, your telephone number, and your email address on every single card, so that they're there for you, personalised for you, people to contact you about any event they would like you to attend. And that's the reason why I didn't put it in the back.
So there you go. Finished Sandart pictures. That's what the children have. That's what the children do, and you can see how easy it was. You can see, very minimal mess, very minimal mess, and it's that easy. It's that simple.
Right. The other side of it as well is when the picture's finished, I do it this way. I turn it so the picture's facing me, and I put a little hook on the back of it.
Because I did one the other day and the picture was upside down.
Right, okay. So, and that way it tells me that it's fine, and then the kids can take it. Now, believe me or not, this is the most important part of the whole thing. It's the fact is that the mum knows that the card's inside a little sleeve and it's safe, and there's no mess will come off the card. And the hooks on it so they can actually take it home and hang it on the wall, because many times I've seen it in the past where they just throw them down and then they discard it among the newspapers or something in the living room. This means that they get an opportunity to actually put it up so they can market it to their friends.
So there we go, that's Sandart.